so we're gonna glue the fastenings together now. Since this is our first video, we'll walk through this. You need two things to glue PVC together. This is PVC primer. Basically, it cleans the PVC. This is purple, which is why you see purple smudges all over the gun over here. We like it. You don't have to get purple; you can get clear, but we have purple. It helps you know what you have actually cleaned and what you haven't. I think you can wash it off later, or you can just paint over it, whatever. And then this is a massive tub of PVC cement. Now PVC cement is not glue. Respiratory tract and cause central nervous system depression. Okay, that's kind of nasty. Anyway, yeah, don't eat this. This is not the glue you should eat. Anyway, this does not actually glue things together. It does what's called a chemical weld. Basically, some chemistry happens, and I hate chemistry. I'm really bad at chemistry. I stick to other engineering. Anyway, you put the PVC cement on there, and some chemistry happens, and basically the two pieces of PVC melt into each other, which is sort of like welding, although generally in a lot of welding you have a third piece of metal that comes out of the welder that melts onto the... It's not important. Basically, you melt things together, but without having to heat them up first, so you don't get all that weird deformation, and you also don't have to have a massive source of heat. You can just have this can. After a while, it does turn into jelly, and after it turns into jelly, it turns into a block of useless. So you do need to replace this every once in a while. Anyway, so we're going to start at this end. First, we can get this board dirty, right? Okay. You take the primer. It's on a little swab. Sort of like rubber cement. And you just want to go all around, because the inside is the part where this thing happens. So you want to go all around. Just make sure the inside of this thing is totally purple. Totally purple. That's good. That's what we want. And then you take your next piece, which is this one. And we'll end up having to swab both ends of this, just because. But we'll do this one first. And here we go. We're going to cover, a good bit of it. Make sure it's everything that goes in, and you want to get the edge just in case some glue sneaks up in and around there. You want everything, cement, sorry. You want everything as strong, as covered as possible. So, I'm going to give the primer a few seconds to dry. Now, this actually takes like a day to cure. That's a lot of words, and it's not English. Anyway, we've given it a few seconds to dry now, so we're gonna go ahead and glue this. So we like to glue both pieces, although you don't technically have to because it's so gooey, but we like to get a bit of glue on both pieces. So same process as you did with the primer. Just get a good coating in there, and then again on the other piece we have quite a bit, so we don't really have to be conservative here. We're just gonna glop it on there. You want to go a bit past the edge, You don't want. You can always take off if you have too much. You can't really put any more on. So the important bit, is we're going to press these together, and then to ensure an even coating, we're going to twist. Because if you don't twist, you might drip all over the table. If you don't twist, you might have some areas that have a lot of PVC cement and then some that don't, and you might end up not actually gluing some of the areas together, but the twist pretty much ensures even coverage. And so from here we continue. We'll probably fast forward through this part, because come on, nobody wants to watch me swabbing down PVC. This is a coupler. It just has a little bitty, you can't really see it, but it has a little bitty ridge in the middle, so you can't just push a piece of pipe all the way through, because that would be useless. It's got a little bit of ridge in the center, just so you know when you've... So you get even amounts of pipe in either end of it. You don't have some weird gap in the middle. It's quite a good design, I like it. Now we had a bit of bubble up around the edge here, but if I measured things right, which I did the math in my head, so we don't know how well that worked. These should fit together almost seamlessly. A bit better than when you saw earlier. And we're just gonna push these together. Oh, I am good. Okay. Evidently I can do math in my head, and there goes a bunch of PVC cement. So, we should probably get a rag or something. And we're back, slightly more responsible, you know, using drop cloths so that we don't stain this. What, 6, 7 point? Well, probably even number. It's a lot of ply. Wood. It's very thick plywood. Very good. Now this is threaded, so we won't be gluing this together. We'll probably just screw it together and see it's got ridges, so you can use it with a wrench. We'll probably just screw it together. Like, we don't even screw those barrels on all the way, and we don't have any air leakage. If we do have an air leakage issue, we can put what's called Teflon or plumber's tape, which is basically just this really thin kind of rubber coating, and you just kind of put it on the threads of the screw and you screw it together, and it takes up the space in between the threads and the other threads, because sometimes it's small enough for air to get out, and it just kind of, it seals it a little better, but I don't think we'll need it. So we're almost done with this piece. That goes in. Okay. And if you want to look at that real quick, you can see the primer actually takes off the barcode. This stuff cleans real well, so you know, you get permanent marker on yourself, you should use WD-40. Don't use this stuff because you'll be purple. And I'm pretty sure this stuff is also really toxic. WD-40 is probably also toxic, but it like evaporates really quickly and stuff. So you don't need to worry about WD-40 as much. Don't spray it in your eyes. Don't spray this in your eyes. Does this have like central nervous system damage written on it? Yep, yeah. May irritate respiratory tract and cause central nervous system depression, which I assume means that it kills your nerves. Okay. It doesn't make them sad. They'll just be dead. All the other nerves will be sad. The whole ceremony's in their honor. Maybe they'll just have a wake and they'll all dance and party. Always remember, you want to twist and we put pieces together. Okay, you always want to twist and put pieces together. And well, this. Use this because sometimes it sounds like you do it. And actually, go ahead. That's it. We're going to use this. We're going to grab that. So same thing. So we'll leave this thing. And in the barrel. Well, I'm not to eat it. That goes on. Now you may notice that this is getting a little purple. That doesn't really matter. You can wait for the primer to dry longer and you can wipe off excess if you want to, but we're lazy, so we don't. That's it. Once this dries in a day or so, we'll just be able to screw this in with a wrench or something. And we're going to leave it right now. We're going to go ahead and leave it unscrewed just so that we can get more airflow in there. Hopefully it'll dry a little better. There's a difference between setting and curing for when you're using something like this. Set is basically, it's most of the way there and you're probably safe using it, but curing is in this case, since it's a chemical weld, the reaction has completed and everything is done. That's why a lot of glues have a set time and a cure time. You can probably use it during the set time, but it might still come apart. Once it's cured, it's at maximum strength. And I think this takes like a day to cure. So.